dancers and guests. How many here have driven cross country all the way? A few did. Well, tonight I'm going to tell you about a different cross country trip, much earlier. The year was 1919. Set the stage. World War I was over. The Army had demobilized. Motor trucks were brand new in those days, and the Army had bought a number of them. They bought some from every supplier. They're still trying to evaluate how to use them, what's they're best for. Of course, the cavalry prefer the horses and the mules. So they set up for a military transcontinental convoy. The summer of 1919. Yeah, about 300 men were involved, officers and men. One of the officers was named Dwight D. Eisenhower. He was a major at the time. They had people from all branches of the Army because they all used different kinds of vehicles. They had a total of 71 motorized vehicles. Biggest one was a 5-ton Mack truck, and it carried this load of 5-ton Caterpillar tractor. They had big trucks from all the suppliers, medium-sized, light trucks, sedans. They had a portable blacksmith shop, portable machine shop, portable engine repair shop, 5 ambulances, a doctor and dentist, 5 kitchen trucks and trailers, and 10 motorcycles. Trucks are not very reliable in those days. They're brand new and certainly difficult to drive. Drivers were scarce. They had to train them. In those days, if someone knew how to drive, you knew how to drive a team of horses. They left Washington, D.C. The trip was 3,200 and some miles. It took them 62 days to get to San Francisco. They were self-contained. They tried to carry all their own food, all their supplies, act as if you're in hostile country. The effort was to partly to prove or to demonstrate if the military convoy could deliver a military expedition elsewhere in the country, and did a lot of public relations to it. They went to 300 cities and towns. They almost had a parade and a band in every one of them. From Washington to Illinois, there's paved roads. Now, pavement could be concrete, could be brick, could be asphalt. Most of it was gravel, but a gravel road that's well made is an all-weather road. They made pretty good time. They reached the Mississippi River, they reached the end of the pavement. From there on, they are dirt trails, parts of the old Oregon Trail. They went through desert land in Nevada, desert in Idaho. Half of Nebraska was sand, part of it was quicksand, almost impassable for these heavy trucks. 150 miles of steep mountain grades and sharp bends. Vehicles had never been there before. Actually, 9 of the trucks broke down and they didn't make it. In these 62 days, once they left the pavement, it was hard labor. They had to make portable, lay down tracks, lay down timbers and brush for the trucks to drive on going through the sand. They also had several trailers and a wrecker. They had a gasoline tanker and 2 water tankers. As they traveled, the kitchen trucks traveled 2 hours ahead. So they'd get to the places for meals, they'd stop and cook dinner, cook lunch. So when the rest arrived, they'd feed them and then pack up and go on again. Motorcycles ran in front and did their inspections, picked the best trail, put some markers up, and the second motorcycle would come back and give them information. Treated as a military convoy. During that time, they broke down 88 bridges and fixed them all. In the eastern part of the U.S., a lot of them were covered bridges, and they were too low for them to go, where they had to find another bridge. They had over 230 road accidents where the vehicles overturned, off the road, off the embankments, had to pull them back on again. They reached middle California, and they're back on the pavement. Drove on pavement down to Oakland, the ferry to San Francisco, and had their celebration at the Presidio. I think they took the train home. Eisenhower wrote a report, the completion, saying the motor vehicles were not suitable west of the Mississippi. They only could be used in the eastern part of the U.S., and heavy trucks only used on good pavement. Eisenhower never forgot those terrible roads in 1919. He was elected president in 1952. When he surveyed the U.S. highways in 52, he compared them with the German superhighway autobahns, which we traveled on during the invasion of Germany. In 1956, Eisenhower requested Congress to approve the Interstate Highway Program. They approved it, started in 56, took 40 years to finish. In 1990, Congress renamed it the Eisenhower Memorial Interstate Highway System. Thank you.